Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to another channel update. This one for November 2020. It's been a few months, and for those new to the channel, this is basically just semi-monthly, I guess. Every so often, I just like to kind of chill and just talk about stuff going on in the channel, you know, peel back the curtain a little bit, things I'm thinking about as far as video games and other stuff going on around the place and stuff like that. So, and really it's an excuse for me to just kind of ramble, ramble more than I usually do. The game in the background behind me is Automobilista 2, a sim racing game. And for those who follow me for any length of time, you know, I do like me some racing games, but I tend to stick to arcade racers, and you'll see why in this video, because I suck badly. I'm pretty bad. I actually, by the end of this, got like passable, but I also turned the difficulty way down. And I want to point out too, this is a very good game. Like I was enjoying myself in the game, but if you are a fan of sim racing and stuff, it's going to be painful for you to watch this, and I apologize because I'm pretty bad at it, which is why I tend to not do any Let's Plays of them, because it's just it would be cringeworthy all the way through, even though I enjoy the heck out of them. So what's going on as far as the channel is concerned? Very, very busy. So November is the second part of the year when I get busy with the day job. Basically, we're in crunch mode for the most part, and we got a release coming out, and basically it's all hands on deck and just get things done. It's been a little bit more interesting this year, because, you know, I'm working from home all the time, and well, actually we're permanently working from home now. They actually closed down our office. So we're all remote workers now, and there's like corporate has, you know, changed holiday functionality around, and, you know, we're all kind of scrambling to use up the remainder of our days off and stuff, so we don't lose them, that kind of thing. So it's been an interesting couple weeks. What that basically means for the channel is that videos are going to slow down quite a bit. I have a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn coming up. Like, I have it coming up every single day, and I'll talk about what I've done with that in a little bit, and it's something that an approach I might take more often, for long running things like that. But that's about all of it. There's a few other things I have recorded that I'll try to get out as I can. And I will attempt to render out 2 more Assassin's Creed videos for this week, because we still have a bunch of time left on that. I'll probably get those done tonight since I'm not streaming or anything. So yeah, it just basically means, you know, I mean, the brass tacks is, the day job is the thing that actually puts food on the table. So the day job takes ultimate precedence over everything. And this is kind of just still stays in the hobby slot, and I do it as I can. So that's why it's been a little lackluster as far as the videos going up on the channel, at least for the remainder of this month, probably. So it might pick up a little bit towards the end, because I think we're almost done what I need to do before everything gets released. So we'll see how that goes. Particularly this week is particularly poignant and stressful. Yeah, and this happens also, like July was the last time. It's usually like July and November when we have major production releases. So that's usually the months when the channel and sometimes streaming suffers. This time around, I think I'll be keeping to my streaming schedule. But a lot of times I'll end up not streaming certain days just to get a rest and stuff. But I think this time around it's not going to be that big a deal. So that's where we stand there with that. Everything will then pick up again in December. Probably pick up quite a bit in December, because as I mentioned before, everyone's trying to get rid of their days off, and guess when I'm getting rid of my days off. So we'll see. It's looking like I'll be less days in December than I actually thought. We'll see how it goes here. So that's where we're standing right there with the videos and things. As far as what is in the pipeline for YouTube videos / other video services videos, I still have about, I'd say, 3 hours of footage of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood left, and that's going to obviously get really chopped down quite a bit, because it's going to stick to just the story stuff. So I won't be showing too much of any of the side things that I do and whatnot on that. So that's going to be wrapping up soon, and then we've got I think it was something like 15 hours of Assassin's Creed, what was it called? Assassin's Creed, I'm trying to bring up the file names here so I could actually tell you. Assassin's Creed Revelations. I have a bunch of videos for that. That is, what is it? I wonder if Windows will tell me if I highlight all of these to see what length it is as far as raw footage is concerned. Let's see, details. Oh, it does. How about that? 17 hours and 8 minutes and 31 seconds of raw footage for that game. That comes out to 326 gigs of data. And that one I'll be also keeping very focused on just the story stuff, which I did anyway, as just a matter of course of playing the game. I did the same thing with Brotherhood, where I did a lot of stuff off camera and just and only streamed like the mostly storyline things. So that's pretty good. That's good stuff. So that'll be picking up right after Assassin's Creed Brotherhood finishes up, which I'm gonna say tentatively Brotherhood will probably finish in early December, and then this one will pick up right mid-December, say. So that's where we're at there. And I'm still going to keep those at just Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. I had a thought that maybe I would move it to like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I can get 3 of them done. But since they require a bunch of editing and stuff, I'm trying to like reduce to like 2, because I can get that done usually Monday nights here when I don't stream. So that's where we're there with that. I have a bunch of first impressions videos that I have recorded, but I haven't actually put up. Some of them were part of live streams, so those will be going up. I put up today Zhanwan Sword 7 Interesting game. I'm actually really enjoying that. It's on the list of things I want to play more of. I have it tentatively scheduled for Sundays for my Sunday stream. So we'll see how it goes. Because Sunday is still like it's up and down. Like sometimes I'm just not in the mood to stream and I just need that extra day off. But as it's been the last couple weeks, I've been able to kind of deal with it. That gets us to the streaming stuff. So, before I pop into that, video stuff. So if you're not aware, obviously you're aware of the YouTube channel because you're watching this, probably. If you're not aware, I'm also posting these videos on DTube, which is just it looks a lot like YouTube, like old YouTube. But it's basically I'm posting links to the YouTube video, and so it's hosted on YouTube, and it's peer-to-peer video sharing stuff, but it's actually does it in your browser, and I'm posting the link from YouTube itself, so I think it seeds better because it's coming directly from YouTube, hopefully. So hopefully your quality over there is pretty good, I would imagine. So I'm definitely over on that. I'm also on Library, which is probably, I guess it would be better to say I'm on Odyssey, which is a UI front end in the browser for the Library protocol backend stuff. That one does not have all the videos. They have a size limit on their servers for size and time limit. So if you've noticed, I've started cutting things down to like a half an hour or so, or try and keep it to like 45 minutes. It's because they have a time limit of 45 minutes of the videos that they will automatically sync over. But they also have a space limit, so not all 45-minute videos will make it because it depends on what size on disk the video is. And I forget what their maximum size is, but I've been trying to target like 30-minute videos whenever I can, especially like first impressions and things, but there are a lot of first impressions that require more than a half an hour. Especially the game I just mentioned, John One's Sword 7, that was, it probably didn't require 2 hours, but it was slow. It was a very slow burner. So I think the 2 hours were well spent as far as showing you what the game does. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen really, like if I had cut that to 30 minutes, with straight 30 minutes, like on a timer and not actually like edited down to 30 minutes, you probably wouldn't have seen any combat because it was mostly like walk forward, have another cutscene, you know what I mean? Those kind of things. So it's a very, very slow burner. So things like that, I try to put a much longer video together, at least an hour, when I know it's going to be a slow burning game that's going to take its time to get into it, so you can actually see what's going on. So not everything will sync over to Odyssey, but the good news is it's an automatic sync now. So I have links down in the description of the videos on YouTube that will explain where to go for that. So you can go look at it over there if you want to. That's an interesting place that's starting up, so good stuff all around there, I think. And then to streaming stuff. So the schedule right now has been, I've got 4 games going right now. And I didn't really plan on having 4 games going, but I'm enjoying them. So I'm like, I gotta, I think this is what it's going to be for a little while. So we've got Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, which I knew was going to be a long-running thing because I'm doing a 99% run on that. We're at 32%, I think, out of the of the quests done. So made significant amount of progress. I'm at a point now. I'm at a point in the game that I've never seen before. Like I did, if you've followed the YouTube channel for any length of time, I did start a playthrough of Kingdoms of Amalur, I think in 2018, and I got to a certain point, like it was I wasn't streaming it, I was just doing it, recording it locally and then editing it. But as things happen, a lot of other stuff came down the pike, and I wanted to focus on that, and I just kind of put it on the back burner with the idea that I'd come back to it. And I was going to come back to it actually earlier this year, but then they announced that they were doing the Reawakening, which is a remastered version of it, and I was like, well, I'll wait for that, and hence we're back into it in the remastered version. Started from scratch, playing it on the brand new was a very hard difficulty, which is it's difficult at times, but it's, I've gotten to a point now where it's like, I can pretty much handle myself. And what else? Oh, also, so that's been going on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights for streaming, and that'll continue until I'm done, which will probably go into next year. We'll see. Again, towards the end of this year, I might be doing extra long streams, but I'm not going to commit to anything just yet. So that's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then Thursday and Friday. Friday was normally an MMO Friday where I just pick up whatever MMO I feel like playing and just play some more of it. But I want to get done. I want to get finished Horizon Zero Dawn, my second playthrough of it on ultra hard difficulty. Now it's on the PC, and we're making some good progress. So I made that Thursday and Friday now, and I've gotten through all the Frozen Wilds DLC, including fighting a damn fire claws, which that was a nightmare. That's actually, I think, the footage that you haven't seen yet, that hasn't been rendered yet. I think that begins with that. So, and I have to do some voiceover for it because I'll have to all the footage from the live stream. I'll end up having to throw away because I didn't get past the fire claws at all in the live stream. I ended up playing it for about 2 hours off camera, well, on camera but offline, and I recorded that and I edited that down to just the successful run, which was the successful run in and of itself was about 30 minutes. So it's it's beefy. It's a beefy fight, as you might imagine. But now we're through all of that, and we're super over leveled now. Running through the last couple live streams, have been running through all the quests, and we're making lots of progress there. I think the game, as far as the main game is concerned, I think we're at 65% completion, as it says in the notebook there, which takes into account all kinds of other things. But it sounds about right as far as the quest log goes. I still haven't progressed the main story that much, but I've gotten most of the side quests done and all that. So we're motoring along there. We're getting into the story again, story beats and stuff. So that, I think, doing it Thursday and Friday, I'm thinking I'll be probably done that. I'm going to say maybe by the end of this month, and it'll be done with Horizon Zero Dawn, probably. I think the last time I looked, I was at 85 hours in game, and I know on the PS4 I played for just over 100 hours when I finished. So that sounds about right. It sounds about what it's going to be. Of course, I'm on a much harder difficulty than I was on the PS4, but I think even accounting for that difficulty, I think we'll probably be done it by the end of this month, I'd say. Which means that next month, probably what's going to happen is I'm going to move the thing that I stream on Saturdays, which is now Watch Dogs Legion. I've been streaming that on Saturdays. I'll probably move that to Thursday and Friday and try to, finish that off. I don't know how long that game is, but I'm sticking mostly to I'm sticking pretty closely to the story. I'm doing all the things that require you to open up different areas of the city, but for the most part it's just run through, do a couple of those, and then do the main story stuff. So I don't know how much longer I have on that, but I do want to finish that game. It's not the greatest of games. It certainly is about as bare bones as you could probably make it, but it's fun enough. I'm still enjoying it from the perspective of just checking things off the list. You know what I mean? So I'd like to finish that up. I'll probably still be playing that in December. So if I finish up Horizon Zero Dawn, that will take the place of Horizon Zero Dawn on Thursdays and Fridays until that's finished. And on Sundays, I've started playing John Sword 7, as I mentioned. That is, again, is kind of one of those it's fun enough games. It's a little bit easy, so I've bumped difficulty up to hard. So we'll see what happens with that. That one, if anything, that one will move up to Saturday if Watch Dogs Legion moves to Thursday and Friday. So I'll kind of progress it up that way. And then Sunday will just, if that moves off of Sunday, then Sunday will be just whatever I feel like. It'll just be a random thing, or it'll be a first impressions video, or several first impressions videos, whatever I happen to be up to at the moment. That will generally be Sundays. I was playing, what was it called? I think I have it right here on the thing here. Do I have it on here? I'm gonna have to pull it up. Oh, Druidstone. Druidstone, The Secret of Menhir Forest. So I was playing that on Saturdays. And for those wondering what's going on with that, I'll have one more video from 2 Saturdays ago when I streamed it last, prior to the Watch Dogs Legion stuff. And it's probably gonna be shelved for a little bit, if not permanently. I'm not sure at the moment. The game, I was playing on hard difficulty and I was enjoying it, but I got to a point where the game is just, it's kind of it feels like you're not allowed to progress unless you grind the older the missions you already did. It feels like you can't move forward unless you go back and do the missions you already did, get some more money out of them. And by the way, it penalizes you for redoing them again. It doesn't give you the same amount of XP and all that stuff. But then it's almost like it's forcing you to do that so that you can then get better equipment, because you don't have enough money to get better equipment as it is the normal way, in order to actually survive some of those things. And I know that the game is this is hard mode and everything. It feels like they wanted you to play it in normal mode first, and then hard mode was supposed to be maybe a new game plus kind of thing, even though I don't think they have a new game plus concept there. So that bothers me a lot. and it really destroyed my enjoyment of the game. So, like I said, I may revisit it, but it's going to be a while before I do. I think for now I'm just going to kind of mark that playlist as incomplete. Which, by the way, if you've looked at any of the playlists on the channel, on the YouTube channel, I do, in the playlist name, I do mark whether or not I'm in parentheses if I'm complete or not. If I mark something, if it doesn't have anything in parentheses, it means that I intend on coming back to it, even if it's not currently moving forward. But if it says incomplete, that usually means that I'm not coming back to it. So that's, take that for what you will there. What else? Mass Effect 2. I have been streaming that for a while, and as hilarity would have it, I've gotten all the way to the point that I got to many years ago, which is the last mission. I've got everything pretty much I need for the last mission, and I've stopped playing it. And I did that years ago when I first bought the game on the Xbox 360, and I've done it again, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I know this time around I got distracted by other things, but the first time around I didn't get really distracted by other things. So I don't know. It's for some reason I get to that final mission, I'm like, I'll come back to this. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. It's just one mission. It's a multi-part mission. And it's one that I'm going to have a walkthrough open for, because I'm going to try to save as many people as I can. But I already know how it ends, so you know, I'm fine with doing a walkthrough for it. But I will probably, as I've mentioned before, record that off stream, and then just put it up and then complete the playthrough of it. I am aware that Mass Effect Remastered or Legendary Edition or whatever the hell they're calling it is coming out. I have no plans to purchase that. I mean, Mass Effect 1 I could see could use a new coat of paint. Mass Effect 2 was okay-ish. I mean, it was fine. Even Mass Effect 1 was kind of fine. I mean, you know, it's nothing that I couldn't just mod the game with. There's plenty of mods on you know, ModDB and Vortex and stuff that I can just, you know, Nexus mods, I mean, that probably do exactly what the remaster is going to do. So I have no need to purchase that. If it ends up in my library, it'll be because it ended up on Humble Bundle or something, something like that. I am interested in the new Mass Effect game that they've announced they said they're working on, but they haven't put any details in for. So I am interested to see what they're going to do with that. Will I play Mass Effect 3? No. I don't really have any desire to play Mass Effect 3. I know how the story goes because I've watched Let's Players play it, and there was nothing about Mass Effect 3 that I really liked as far as the story goes. Really, the only reason the thing I like the most about the Mass Effect series is the story. And the story in 1 is, I really liked. Story in 2, very, very good. Probably the best of the series. 3 was, I could not suspend my disbelief when it came to the story. It just didn't grab me. It just seemed like a slog, especially with like the assets and stuff, the war assets and all that crap. There were some good story beats in there, but it was mostly mostly looked like it was a slog to go through, and I'm not interested in that. Mass Effect Andromeda, I know the story in that was not the greatest either. But I am thinking of revisiting that. The multiplayer in that one was actually pretty fun, believe it or not. I played a little bit of that. I'm actually thinking of revisiting Andromeda and giving it a fresh pair of eyes. I don't have any desire to do Mass Effect 3 because I just can't. I could not get into Mass Effect 3. But Andromeda, I might give it another shot. I might give it another good old college try on that one at some point in the future. But I still have to continue my franchise playthrough of Assassin's Creed, and I'm getting further and further behind because Valhalla just came out. So I think in terms of stuff coming up, I think Assassin's Creed is going to take precedence because I still need to do Assassin's Creed 3, and then I had a list of all the ones in order, but I think it's 3, and then I think it's 4 right after that, unless there was another one in the middle. It was like, like a DLC or something. I don't remember, but I do have a list of them in chronological order. I'm playing it in chronological order, not in story order or anything like that. So that is, I think I'm doing it. Yeah, in chronological or story order. Maybe I'm doing it in story order. I'm not sure. I have a whole list from a website that had them in a particular order. I'm doing that. So I'd like to get through Assassin's Creed 3. I'd like to start playing Assassin's Creed 3 in December, maybe. That might be ambitious, but we'll see. If I can free up some space in the schedule, I'm going to try to do that. I think the Genuine Sword 7 will probably always be just a once a week thing. But Assassin's Creed, I'm going to try to bring that in. Probably that'll be like a Thursday, Friday slot thing. Assassin's Creed 3. But again, that's going to be like next month. Because I still have to clear out room for it and everything. I'm also going to attempt to, and we'll see how successful I am at this. I'm going to attempt to move my streams on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, to the morning. And just do like a morning stream until like 2 if I can. And then go from there rather than doing it at nighttime. We'll see. It really depends on what I have to do and what's going on. I'm worried about doing it early in the day because if I get, as I've found in the past, if I get really into something, like when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time years ago, and I was on PS4, like I had some streams on Saturdays that went 6, 7, 8 hours. You know what I mean? Like it was pretty extensive. So I worry that I'm going to get really caught up in something and just keep playing it. So I'm trying to make sure that I like have a hard cutoff, like start by this time, end by this time, kind of thing. And then if I can do that, then I'll probably move the streams to earlier in the morning so more people can hopefully partake in them live. But during the week, it's still going to be at nighttime like it always is, because that's the only time I got. So that's where we stand there. And what else is on the list of things? So I've mentioned this already before. I'll mention it again just in case you haven't come across it. I have pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077. I will not be playing that immediately. Because everybody and their grandmother is going to be playing it, and there's no point in me adding to the cacophony of voices on that. Instead, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it's pretty well done the rounds on Twitch and other places, and then I'll come in and probably play it after that. So that's where we're at with that. I was also I still have on the long list of things to finish my Borderlands franchise playthrough, because I got as far as Borderlands 2, and I think I got as far as the DLC. And I played a little bit of Borderlands 3, and it didn't really grab me, but at some point I'll get back to that. It's going to take me a while to get back to that, though. That might be a 2022 thing before I get back to that. I have a few games here that I'd like to jump back into. Obviously, Satisfactory is still on my list. I have not played Satisfactory in ages. I'd like to get back to that eventually here. Carto is one that I did a first impressions video of last week, and it was surprised the heck out of me. I played the demo of it, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I went and bought the full version. So I might come back to that and do an actual full Let's Play of that from the beginning. So we've got that going. I still have to complete my playthrough of Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. I am not joking when I said off camera I have been grinding a little bit. I haven't been doing it for a couple weeks because I've had too many other things going on. But I was grinding quite a little bit off camera to try to get past that one boss that was just completely destroying me. And the boss continues to completely wreck my face. So I'm hoping to maybe get past that at some point so we can continue that playthrough. Because I actually really enjoyed that game. It's just, I hit a wall. I hit a literal wall that I couldn't get through. Couldn't get past. I have looked at some other random things. I've got installed. I've got Enderall installed, which is a total conversion of Skyrim. I've played like 20 minutes of it just to get a feel for it. It is definitely fan-made. It's definitely fan-made. But it looks like it might be interesting. So that's something that's on the long list. That will be coming up much later, possibly. And also in that same vein, there was another fan-made creation in the Half-Life Source Engine. That's what it is, Source Engine. Called what was that called? Anyway, it had a crazy name. It had a really good name, but it was also just like weird. Do I have it on? I don't have it on my desktop anymore. That's interesting and weird. What did I do with it? Probably still in Steam here. It's not, because the name of it is not what you would expect a shooter's name to be. G-String. That's what it is. Yeah, I actually have it uninstalled because it took so much space and I was trying to make room for other things. But yeah, I might play G-String as well at some point in the distant future once I clear off some of these other things. Hopefully, maybe that'll be something. I don't know how long my Kingdoms of Amalur run's going to take. I've heard it's like in the hundreds of hours to do the 99% run I'm doing, and we've been making progress, but it is slow going. It is definitely slow progress, but it's progress nonetheless. So, and I'm not even sure. I want to say I'm 40 hours in. No, it's got to be more than that at this point, right? How many hours have I put into this? Steam says 64. That sounds about right. Yeah, 64 hours I've put in to that. I've been doing some stuff, like some little things off camera with that, but nothing too crazy. Oh, that also reminds me that I that is what I've been trying to put up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but because I'm so busy right now, I haven't been able to edit those videos to put up so on the YouTubes. So I still have the footage, it's still here, and I do want to get through it because it's taking up a ton of hard drive space, but I have to get there. We have to get there at some point. It's taken me a while to do that, as these things tend to do. Further news and stuff. Good news. Twitch has not shot me any love letters about TMCA stuff, so that's good. Not that I've done anything. I mean, I'm more concerned about in-game music than I am anything else. And I've actually, in my Watch Dogs Legion playthrough, I've turned off the music entirely. And I'm probably going to do that with a lot of stuff now that I'm streaming, where I'm AAA stuff anyway. The indie stuff, it's still possible to get hit with things. In fact, it's probably even more possible to get hit by things, but I don't think it's going to be as prevalent. Let's put it that way. At least it's not, you know what I mean? So wherever I can, if I have to turn off the in-game music, I've been using Pretzel Rocks, because I know that that's all safe for the YouTubes and everything, as well as the streaming. So I've been doing that. So that everything's good there. Twitch has done a really poor job of educating some of their broadcasters. Like I already am pretty adept at that kind of thing because YouTube's been such a pain in the butt about it. But a lot of Twitch streamers have no experience in YouTube, which I find to be wild and crazy, because you got to practice somewhere. I don't know, whatever. Or, in a lot of cases, the bigger ones just have someone who just deals with YouTube for them, which, I mean, more power to you. But it's coming from that realm, you kind of know when something sounds like it's going to be copywritten or otherwise. So I've been trying to be as cautious as I can there. I was actually going to play the remake of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, but it now stands as the only game on Steam I've ever refunded, because it did not work at all. Not a lick. I got into the menu one time, was able to set some settings, went to start a race, and crashed the desktop. And then from that point on, it just continually crashed the desktop. Couldn't even get into it. So yeah, good job, EA. You're kicking it. You're kicking it old school here. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it EA? Yeah, it was EA because it would launch Origin on me, and even Origin was complaining about the game. Whatever. And the Origin launcher even was like, I can't launch this. Like, I don't know why not. So that is not going to be a thing. And I am looking at some like multiplayer things. Like I want to get, I do want to at some point get back into oh God, what is the name of that? Why there's so many names in my head and I cannot remember any of them for the life of me. I do want to get back into, I keep wanting to call it Ethereum. Not Ethereum, because Ethereum is something else. Empyrean. I do want to get back to that at some point. No Man's Sky I would like to jump back into, because there's been a lot of changes. No Man's Sky is kind of a weird one, because every time I go back into that game, I start a new game, I play it for a couple hours, and then I'm kind of done, and then I don't come back to it. So maybe one of these days I'll actually stick with it. I don't know. It still stands as the game that I've restarted that game so many times, and it's like, you know, every time I just kind of get to a point and I'm like, I got other things I'd rather do right now. You know, it's weird. I don't know why that game does that to me, but it does. Looking at that, I was trying to maybe get familiar with Star Citizen. It was let's just say my familiarity run ended with me falling through the world. You know, that might be a thing for the future, but I'm probably going to do some investigation of that offline first, off camera first, and then we'll see how that flushes out. Also, as far as videos go, the Saboteur. I started the series playing the game The Saboteur, and then I stopped. And it's just because there's so much crap going on. So that is something else I'll come back to. Rebel Galaxy Outlaws, another one I need to come back to. Torchlight 3, for now, I'm pretty well done with. I haven't put any videos up of it. I was kind of waiting until I got to the end of the game, or at least what is a semblance of the end of the game, to talk about Torchlight 3. I may still do that. It's just that I may play it like in drips and drabs on my own, without recording anything, because it's boring. It's just really boring. It's a shame because they had a good IP there they could have done something with, and they made the most boring, mundane thing they could possibly make, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? And I think that about covers everything. I think that catches us up. I think I've been rambling long enough. Normally I would ramble for about an hour, but I think probably no one's watching to this point. So this is where I should give out like free keys to random games and see how many people actually turn them in, because Lord knows I got tons of those hanging around. No, I think that about does it. There's some more first impressions videos that I recorded that will be going up soon. I think the next one I'm going to do is called Accident, for a game called Accident, which was kind of interesting, and a few other things there. Got more games to look at. I just found some more on Steam, so it's busy all around, friends. It's just super busy all around. Potentially, depending on how I feel, if the end of the year shapes up where I'm basically off for a while and I don't have to necessarily worry about anything, you may see me doing a lot more sort of impromptu, off the cuff streams here and there, like morning streams, and sometimes maybe even a morning stream and a nighttime stream. It depends on what I'm feeling. But I'm not going to commit myself to any of that, because I also kind of want to enjoy a vacation as well. So we'll see on all of those fronts. But yeah, that'll do it. I'll do it for this channel update, friends. I think I've covered most of the bases. Just want to reiterate as well that I am on multiple sites, so you can catch VODs and stuff. You can catch my recorded stuff on YouTube. Most of it's from live streams that I've recorded and then edited. But I record them, like my live streams are at 720p and I record at 1080p 60, so you'll be able to see it a little bit higher quality and all that stuff. And I try to cut out all the fluff whenever I can. Also, if you want to see just the raw live stream on the YouTubes, on my YouTube channel, you'll see a link to the Memory League Death live streams channel. It doesn't have a fancy smancy URL like mine does, like you can go to youtube.com/memoryleakdeath. I don't have that fancy smancy thing for the live stream thing because you have to have a certain number of subscribers and stuff to do it now for some god awful reason. So yeah, so it's just you'll just have to find it through other means. I have a link to it down in the description and everything. Live stream wise, I'm doing restream.io for all my stuff. So I'm streaming to Twitch. I'm streaming to Twitch. I'm streaming to DLive. DLive? Yes, DLive. And Trovo. So you can catch me on any of those sites. I'm also streaming through their own application to Caffeine. So you can catch me on Caffeine TV, Trovo.live, DLive.com, and Twitch.tv. Whatever one suits your fancy. So if you're one of those few unfortunate souls who's getting bombarded by ads on Twitch, you have other places you can go look for me at. I multicast, so it's live on all those things. When I'm live on Twitch, I'm live on those other places as well. And really none of them have any ads that I know of. So you should be able to get past some of that stuff. Yeah, that's where we stand, friends. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, hanging out on the channel, catching VODs, every so often being able to catch me live. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate everybody, and I'm going to be here for a while. This is just my hobby. I enjoy it, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon that I'm aware of. So feel free to nudge a few friends if you really like it, and let them know that I'm here. I've been here for a while. I've been doing this in some form since 2013. So yeah, all those things. So until next time, friends, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.